everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Majesty and today I'll be showing you guys how to get this wonderful glowy look. Now please do not forget to like and subscribe to my channel. You could add me on Snapchat, Majesty_crown. Instagram is Majesty with 4 Y's __. And guys, this video is a video that I'll be talking step by step through whatever I'm doing in the video today, and I will put the products I use in the description box below. Like and subscribe to my channel. Here we go.
I introduced in the beginning that I'll be talking in this video, but I had some music playing in my background and YouTube says it's copyright, so I have to do a voiceover. So I'm going to go in with my spoolie to comb my brow out, ensure that all the hair are in place before I go in with my product. Either if you use powder or pencil, you want to use your spoolie and get that combed out first before you go in. So I'm going to go in with my pencil. I got this pencil as Elegant Beauty Supply. If you're in Jamaica, you could get it a lot of places. I know that for a fact because I was there and I know Chinese sell them on the roads. So yeah, I'm just going to go in with this pencil, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my eyebrows under the bottom. Then I'm going to do the top. So I'm going to go in and do like a rough line a little bit because yes, I'm going to blend that out with my spoolie. And I'm going to go in the top and do the same thing. I'm adding product to my eyebrows. Now you don't want to go into the inner part of the brows because you want those areas to look natural. So you're just going to go in the middle of the brows and at the end of the brows. Then I'm going to go back in with my spoolie and I'm just going to evenly distribute all that product that I just put in my brows all over the brows. I use the color brown, and this color, sometimes it looks light, sometimes it's dark. So if ever I use it and I feel it looks light, I'll go in with my black pencil and I'll darken wherever I think is too light. So that's where I'm going in. The pencil, the black pencil is just like the brown one. You could get that at a beauty supply store also. Very cheap. I paid like 99 cents for them, and those are what I used to do my brows. So yes, I keep going back in with the spoolie to ensure all the product added to my brows are evenly distributed. After the spoolie, I'm going to go in with my concealer. You could use LA Girl Pro Concealer. I know those concealers are very good. You could use those because those are what I used to do my highlights. But the LA Girl Pro Concealer is very good also. But today in my video, I'll be using MAC. That's really the concealer that I use, is the MAC concealer. And you just need like an angle brush to go ahead with this application. So I'm going to dab a little bit of product on my brush on both sides because I like to do both sides. And I'm going to go under my eyebrows and line my eyebrows. You want to go right exactly along the eyebrow line because you want it to be sharp and you want it to look neat and well drawn on your face. So I go in and I line that as closest to the end of the eyebrow as possible. I also bring down a little bit of product down on my eyelids because I like to use it for priming my eyelids for eyeshadow. It looks weird, right? With my mouth moving and no sound coming from it. But YouTube said it's copyright, so I gotta do this, and I really needed to post this video. So I'm gonna go ahead with my concealer and my brush and over the top of my brows. I'm doing the top now, and I'm just gonna line it as close as possible to the brow line, and I'm going to just blend it out a little bit with the same brush. Not a lot, but a little bit. So what I was talking about here is about not putting any product on the inner section of the eyebrows because you want a natural look for the brows. So then I'm gonna go ahead and go on the other brow and I'm gonna do the same thing, line it as close as possible to the brow line, and then I'm gonna do a little blend out right there. So I got this brush from Shany Cosmetics. It's really nice. It's really good. It's horsehair and it distributes my concealer really well. So I use this brush to blend my concealer out from the eyebrows and down on the eyelids. So you want to bring, if you do not have an eye primer or if you prefer to use concealer, you want to bring that down on your lid before applying your eyeshadows because it primes the lid a little bit, and that's what I use to prime my lids. This brush is really nice. I purchased it on Amazon and it works really well. I think it's horsehair. Yes, it is. It came in like a package of maybe like 24. Shiny Cosmetics. It's really good, really nice. It works well. It distributes stuff. It blends. It's perfect. So that's a Too Faced palette that I found in Macy's. I have been waiting to get this palette for a long time, so that's what I was talking about. It is really good, really pigmented. It's extra, extra, extra perfect. It's a Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. It has peach fragrance. Like the eyeshadows smell peachy, if y'all know what I mean. It's perfect. It's like $49. So I'm gonna go in with this brush from BH Cosmetics and I'm just gonna go over my eyelid with this brush just to set the concealer that I put on my eyelids before I go in with my eyeshadows. I also got the Modern Renaissance palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills. It's really good. That's what I'll be using on my eyes today. I'm sorry. That's what I'll be using on my eyes today, guys. Like, I'm so mad because I perfectly made this video and now I on imperfectly gotta do a voiceover. So yeah, I'm kind of mad, but that orange color I got from MAC, it's like a sunset type of orange, and I'll be using it for my transition color today. I'm just gonna go in with a little bit of orange from MAC. I'm gonna go with that white looking color in my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I think the name of it was Tempera, but I'm gonna go in with that on my lid, and I will go in with a darker color in my crease. So I'm going to use this brush that I got from BH Cosmetics. It's like a blending brush, but it's like a fluffy blending brush. It's really nice. I'm just going to use this to go in with my transition color that I'll be using today, which is the orange from MAC. So I go in with it lightly at first. This is my first time using this color. So I'm going in with it lightly because I'm trying to going for a sunset type of look. So I go in real light, not too heavy, just a little bit light with the color. I go over it a couple of times to get it a little more bright, but I didn't want it extremely bright. I just want it to be like a light orange. Going back over it again. I swear the real video was much more nicer because of the stuff that I was saying. But whatever, YouTube. I'm going with this dark color. I'm still in my Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. I'm going with this dark color in my crease. It's not black, it's like a brown color. But that's what I'm doing in my crease today with this nice little short bristles brush. So you just want to go in your crease area with that just to give it a little bit more dimension. Going for the sunset type of look. So that's where the orange came in. I'm gonna go in with this type of, I use it for blending that area because I found that it was really good for that. But it's really a cheap brush. It's like a drugstore brush, and it works so good in blending that area, my crease area sometimes. So I use it sometimes to blend my crease area. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm just blending in the brown with the orange a little bit, not to leave like harsh lines because we're not going for a freak out look right now. We're going for a nice little warm sunset type of look. So I'm just going to go over that with my little blender brush. Then I'm going to go with my white color from the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette that I told you guys about that I was going to go in with at first. And that was me jamming. But let's get straight into it. So I use like a type of fluffy flat brush, as you guys could see. I got it from Shany Cosmetics and it's really good. Shany Cosmetics on Amazon. So you could go check out their brushes. They're super good. So after I apply the white shadows to my eyes, I'm just going to go back in with the brush and I'm just going to blend it over so they did not look too harsh. So you want to always blend over the white with the color that you have in your crease so that it does not leave harsh lines or any lines at all. I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more white because I felt like I lost the white there. So I went back in with a little bit more. I'm also going in back with a little bit more darkness to add a little bit more dimension to the eye look. I am so mad that they blocked my video, but the voiceover is okay, but next time I'll know better. So I'm just gonna use my Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeliner and I'm gonna make my wing. I did that off camera because my camera went out, so After I line my wing, I'm just gonna go in with my foundation routine. Did you hear what I just said? Lined my wing. What? I'm crazy. After I line my eyes, I'm gonna go in with my foundation routine. Now, the primer that I use is the MAC Prep and Prime Moisture Infusion Primer because I have dry skin. So I go with moisture. So I'm just gonna dab that on my face, rub it all over, under my eyes, on my cheeks, on my forehead, get everything well distributed because I like to do my face. When I add foundation, I like when my face is well moistured before I go ahead and add foundation to it. People use other primers, like the most affordable primer I know is the ELF primer and the NYX Photo Finish Primer. They're good, but I prefer the MAC. So I'm gonna go in with my MAC. What's it called? The MAC. I think it's Master Match Foundation. I'm not sure, but in the color 7.0 or 70. And I'm just gonna dab that all over my face, and I'm gonna go with my hydrating spray, and I'm just gonna hydrate again because I like it well moistured. Then I'm gonna go in with my Shany Cosmetic foundation brush, and I'm just gonna dab that all over my skin into my face. Wanna dab, 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 dab it in, dab it in. That's what I was saying right there when you see me dancing. But YouTube sucks. But anyways, I like to get this evenly distributed all over. I kind of do like a dab, pat, buffing motion. I don't know what that is, but I think you guys will understand my type of language. A dab, pat, buffing motion. That's what I'll be doing with my foundation. I won't be doing my neck in this video. I'll just do my face because you know sometimes we gotta bring the foundation down to the neck, but I won't do that in this video tonight. I'm gonna go back in with a little bit for foundation because I feel like I wanted more in that particular area. But never be afraid to go back in with foundation. If you feel like you miss some places, well, it's not too late. Get them covered now before you start contouring and highlighting, then that's when it's going to be too late. So I'm going to get some of this foundation over my lips or the lining of my lips because when I put my lipstick on, it's going to bring it off even more. Now I'm going to go in with my highlighting. I use LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color beige and the color fawn because beige, I think it's a little bit too light for me and fawn is a little bit too dark for me. So I mix both of them together and I go in under my eyes in a triangular motion. So I'm going to get some on the brush and then under my eyes I go. So I'm going to put a little bit on my chin, on my cupid's bow, and I'm going to go in on my nose to give it that type of straight effect. Straightening my nose, although it's already straight, but who cares? Going in with a little bit in my forehead, in the center of my forehead, just a little bit, not too much. Not going to overdo the highlight now. So then I'm going to go in with LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Cocoa. And I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my areas where I contour. I use it light, and then when I finish blending, if I feel the need to go in with a little bit more on the cheekbones, then I go in with a little bit more, but I always start light because I don't want to go with too much. I'm gonna put some on my forehead area, line around my highlight on my nose. Then, of course, I'm going to go back in with my hydration before I start blending. I'm going to use this brush. It's a contour brush. I bought it at, it's a drugstore contour brush actually, and it works perfectly well. As you could see, it blends perfect. Blends my contour perfect. Like, you could use a beauty blender if you want to, because I use a beauty blender sometimes whenever I feel the need for one. I use it mostly for my highlight, but from I bought this brush, I haven't used my beauty blender no more. I continuously use this brush because I noticed it's so good for my contour. So I go ahead and blend in my contour. Blend, 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 blend. Blend, 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 blend. Just so I don't get no ashy flashbacks or no, strong lines in my pictures. I'm going to blend it in my forehead area also using the same brush. So just in case you do not have this brush, remember you could use your beauty blender, but using your beauty blender, you always want to ensure that it's a little bit damp, because the damper it is, it gives you a better blend than when you use it dry. So I already damped my beauty blender, and I'm just going to go in under my eyes and blend that concealer out. Dab in motion, dab in motion, dab it in a little bit, dab it in a little bit. That's the type of motion that I'm doing in this video for the highlight. I'm not rubbing it because rubbing it like the removes the product out of place. So you want to kind of dab it in instead of rubbing it. So my beauty sponge is damp, and see, it gives you a better look, a better blend when it is damp than when it is dry, because I think it soaks in with more with the product. So using your beauty blender damp is the best way to blend your highlight and your contour if you prefer to use a beauty blender and blending your contour. Then I'm going to go in with this nice foundation brush from Real Techniques, and I'm just going to blend out that contour from my nose area before I go ahead and highlight my nose. Then I'm going to go back in with my beauty blender, and I'm going to go over my nose, blend out that highlight on my nose, and blend out that highlight on my forehead, going down between the two brows. And remember the dabbing motion, dab, 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 dab. No wiping, no swiping, just dab. I wish you guys could hear this original video when I was talking, because I really kept it going. But I just gotta get over it. So I'm just gonna go in right now with my Ben Nye banana powder to set my concealer. That is what I'm gonna use to do my baking today, and I'm just gonna use it with a triangular sponge. One of those triangular sponges that they sell in Walmart, or you could get them in beauty stores. I'm gonna throw a little bit of Ben Nye in the middle of my hands, or my middle of my palms, and I'm gonna go under my eyes with that product for my bake. If you're a little bit more dark skinned, you would prefer to use Sacha Buttercup because it has more of a yellow effect than the Ben Nye, with a little more white effect than the Sacha Buttercup. But I use Ben Nye. Sometimes I think it's too white for me, but sometimes it looks okay. So I don't know. I think it's just me. But Ben Nye, banana powder, and Sacha Buttercup is the most used, or should I say the most popular and better setting powders for baking and setting your concealer. for highlights. So you could get them. I got my Ben Nye banana powder on Amazon. It was like, I think maybe like $20. And Sacha Buttercup is also there for $20 also. So I'm just going to go with my black opal finishing powder around the areas where I did not apply my Ben Nye banana powder. And I'm just going to go over those areas with a flat top foundation brush. So I got this brush from Real Techniques. It's like a fluffy contour brush, but I use it to brush to remove my excess banana powder from the areas that I baked. It says contour brush on, well, it says contour on the brush, but I use it to brush off my excess Ben Nye that I've baked. So that's what I use it for. So not all the time whatever is written on the brush, that's what you're going to use it for. Because some brushes have some stuff written on it, which it works better with a different type of um, strategy that you got to go through in makeup. So you just got to use the one that you think works better for you. So I'm just going to go back in with a little bit more of the MAC orange color that I have as my transition color on my lower lash line. I'm just going to go in with a little bit, not a lot, on my smudger brush. So I'm using a smudger brush. It's like one of the brushes that you use to apply eyeshadows to the lid of your eyes, but it's more short and more sturdy, made for the lower lash line. So I'm going to go in with my dark, or should I say black eyeliner, and I'm going to line my lower lash line with the black eyeliner. Just a light line, not too dark, just a little bit. I know I look weird with my mouth moving and no sound coming from it, and I'm still mad at YouTube, but whatever, YouTube. So I'm just gonna apply my lashes now. I'm gonna use some black elastic adhesive, and I'm using Kiss strip lashes. So I'm just gonna go in with a little bit more, or should I say a little bit of my mascara on my own lashes, just to say, for instance, remove some leftover eyeshadows that came off on my lashes. Then I'm gonna apply the adhesive to the strip of the lash line, and I'm gonna let that dry for a little bit so it gets all tacky. That way it's going to be easier to put on. So whenever you add your adhesive to your lash, you want to leave it a little bit so it could get tacky before you go ahead and put it on, because then it's going to give you problems going on, like it was just giving me problems just now. So I just left it, let it become more tacky a little bit before I go ahead and put it on to my lashes. So I'm gonna start from in the center. It's always good, or should I say always easier, to start from in the center, then to the end, and then go all the way up in the middle or at the front. So starting in the center gives you more control to apply it to both sides. So I always start in the center, and I think most people start in the center too. So lash number 1 is on. Time for lash number 2. So So I'm going to do the same process with this lash. You want to add your adhesive on the bottom of the lash and not on the top, because the bottom is what's being glued onto your eyelashes and not the top. So go ahead and add your adhesive to the bottom of your lashes. And fan it out a little bit. Give it time to dry. Let it get all tacky. So there we go. Now 2 lashes are on. And I'm ready for that glow. Because, you know, we ain't growing up no more. We glowing up. So I'm just going to use my Biege Cosmetics Wild and Radiant palette. And I'm going to go in with my fan brush. And I'm going to get some product on my fan brush. And I'm going to just fan it on my cheekbones. Look at that. Look at that glow. I swear to God, BH Cosmetics Glo is the best. So the name of the palette is Wild and Radiant. I got it on Amazon for like $24 and it's really good. That's what I use for my glow. It comes with like 4 different tone or color glow in the palette. Now I'm gonna go in with a fluffier brush and go over that glow just to give it like an extra blend, you know, not looking too sharp and, you know, liney. So yeah. So I'm just gonna go in with this little dome brush by Shany Cosmetics, and I'm gonna add some glow to it and go right around the end of my nose in a circular motion. Then I'm gonna go up the bridge of my nose. Then on my cupid's bow, where my lip is, big ass lips. And then I'm just gonna go over it a little bit more, because you know me, I like to glow. I'm going to go with an orange color today because, you know, I'm going for the sunset type of look. And I am trying to match it up with the transition color on my eyes. So I'm just going to go in with the bottom a little bit. Ooh, that little pop right there as I apply that orange. I know a lot of people are afraid to use bright colors, but it depends on how you do your makeup sometimes and how you apply the bright color to your face. But this orange is going pretty good with my skin color and my look. So this orange lip color is from NYX and it's the matte. And I'm going to go ahead and apply it all over my lips, because that's what I'm using today. I didn't line my lips today. I'm just going to use my NYX and go in on my lip. So I'm just going to go in with my MAC Prep and Prime Fix, and I'm just going to spray that all over my face, and voila, there we go.